One of the myths of 666, okay, is this design over here. Okay. This design over here is what holds the myth to 666, and I'm going to explain it very simple. Take, for instance, this cube. I want to hold on to this cube. You see the design? It's a corner of the cube. Do you understand? It's the Mercedes star. So when you take two Mercedes star, whether you put it on top of each other, or you decide to flip it upside down. And then we do it like this. And then we do the same thing with this. What I actually do is I just bubble it. I just bubble it from here to here. And then I bubble it from here to here. And then I take the ridge in the center and I go just over to the ridge in the other center. And then I do the same thing on this side. I can either bubble it or I can come from the point and all the way to this side and the point to this side. That's where I end up getting this side, the top, the bottom, and I hold on to this corner on top of this flat part, on top of the flat part here. If you take a look, hold on a second. If you take a look, this piece over here is holding on to this piece over here. This piece over here, the round I didn't do. Let me do the round. Okay, so we take this, the Mercedes sign, right? 120, 120, 120. We take that. Now we're not going to show you this Mercedes sign, right? We're not going to do this Mercedes sign, right? And then put something down here, and then we'll end up making the Twin Towers. We'll build blocks, and then we'll put circles in them. We'll call them pool balls. We'll make a little eye. We'll stick it in the corner. It'll stick right through the corner. It'll be able to see out. Look what I got. Great big body, little tiny eye. I see everything. In fact, I see everything bigger than me. With that little freaking eye over there, upside down, inside out. Ask the Greeks which way they're coming from, but I spoke to the Jew, and they're still reading everything. Pay none, pay none, pay none, pay none. You know what pay none is. Go look at the graveyard. The graveyard where I'm from, everybody says pay none. We're not going to talk about how they designed the letters out of numbers. But we're going to show you this point. So now you see I'm going to grab here an eye and here an eye. And that eye is getting this one. And that eye is getting this one. 2, 2, 8, 8. Why 2 and 8? Look at the numbers on your keyboard. It'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So on the top one over here and the top one over here, only because I can grab 2 and saying it's on the top. If it was on the bottom, I would turn around. I would grab one of these and see what this says I can do. And I would do every single combination of this for every single combination of this. But in reality, this cube is actually this. This is what happens, okay, when the dice cube gives birth. 1 die, 2 dice, 1 moose, 2 moose, 1 deer, 2 deer, but many ducks and geese. The reason for the geese and the goose is because the O and O says 2 circles. 2 circles create the electricity between the third E and E of the 2 worlds, the electronic energy world of the goose, the long-necked goose, connecting the 2 worlds together. O becomes E. E and E becomes geese. Goose and geese, both with S and E. Spirit. Now what you're going to do is you take this, and again, like I was saying, you take 2 of these. This is a corner of 3 corners. This is a corner of 3 corners. You must create this corner and this corner, circle and circle, and then the rest of the distance is to this one over here. Circle, 3 circles. Every circle is worth 6, and it's worth 6 here, and it's worth 6 here, and it's worth 6 here, because inside the design, I'm holding on to this side and this side. But that's not all. I have another one of these down here. 2 of them on each side. After that, I only hold the I and I. Why I hold the I and I is because I need to support and connect these together and these together, above and below, because what's above might not be what's below. So we cover two areas up here with this one. I would cover with the other one the same thing. I. So I cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I covered 8 numbers up here on the top alone. The only number not is the center number. All zeros equal 6, 6, 6, 6. I cover this board. I get 6, 6, 6. There are 6 sides, 3 in, 3 out. One on this side, one on the other side. One on this side, one on the other side. One up, one down. So connect the up and down is 1. Connect this side is 2. And the last side is missing is 3. 6, 6, 6. Second formation of this video. Okay. How we get the number for wheat. 80. Inside the center of the area is 10 and 10. 10 above, 10 below, and what's in the center is the open area, where what happens is this 10 and this 10 join, and it becomes 20. This becomes 20 in the center, and 8 below, and 8 above. 8 and 2, 8 and 2. 10, 10 equals to 100. But this is 80 degrees plus 20 degrees, plus 80 degrees, 180 degrees. Just like my friend number 1. Doesn't matter what you do with him. If you turn him upside down, he's 180 degrees. If you turn him 90, he's 3 to 9. You like my ice cubes, how we're going to bring everything together? Just a corner sticking out a little bit at you. Nah, it's not sticking out at you. You want to talk about blackjack and all the eyes and why blackjack is called blackjack? BJ 12. BJ 12, right? Blackjack 12. 1221, right? Blackjack. There was one little thing I wanted to speak about. Another part of 666. I'm not sure which picture I want to show you. One of the pictures is that inside the walker of the Mercedes sign, right, is this. You see the L that comes out? Well, inside there's a particle that because it connects to this wall and this wall and this wall and this wall, it becomes a 6. This becomes a rotator. 1, 2, 3. These are all the rotators. 3 rotates in 6. Same thing over here. This one to this one. This one over here would be 2. This one over here would be 1. 1 and 2 come together into 5. 5, 1, 2. 3 and 6 come together in 5. 8 and 9 come together in 5. 7 and 4 come together in 5. Now, what does this do? This is something different, okay? There's 1 here, there's 1 here, there's 1 here, there's 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to bring these together. When I bring these together, this should create the house of low shoe. Put it on the other foot. Ma, I'm walking bare feet. You'll catch a cold, then you'll have to hibernate. Bear's feet. The last part is what happens to U and V and N. When you run in the low shoe world, everything turns on angles, on these angles, where the point of all matters, where 1 will now begin from the north, but is shoved into where the 8 number is and plays out of Neptune. It's switched. So you put the U and U together, in which the U is the back of your neck, which comes to a V-neck. The U can also go around 2 sides of a circle. You must go around 2 sides of a circle. And the reason for going around 2 sides of a circle, okay, is because you need to go on this side of the circle and you need to go on this side of the circle. Okay, and the reason for this is there's here and here. You're joining these 2 together, this quarter, or you're joining this quarter over here. Going to which side of a circle. So you automatically have 2 U's for 1 circle, right? Now, does it count for this neck? How does this neck work? What comes down to the Adam's apple that everything is brought to here? Or is it switched out into the V-neck like I spoke? Or put 1 U this way and 1 U that way. Now you call it an N, because in the regular capital N, what happens to the capital N is it moves you over to the other side. See, this is only 1 dimensional, but this comes all in pieces because this one's straight and this one's on an angle. So all these come in pieces. 1.25. 5 times 5 times 5 to carry off the balance of the angle. And then the ball over here that it plugs to, the transfer area that will go up to here, from here and down to here, but into here, and then possibly down here, giving you N and N. So the big N and the small n are doing two different kinds of transfers. And the transfer, like I showed you on this end, is carrying it to the other side, meeting in the center, where we put the V and V at the bottom, the V neck, okay? V neck here, and then down by your pelvis, you get two of them, and then you get the heart of life. Why is the universe curved? Another reason for the 6's and S's, because the curved universe that we actually work in is inside of here. It's what these squares can do. When you have taken out your 45-degree angle, your 22.5-degree angle out of your square, you've taken all the air out of your square. Do you want to know what the letter M does? The letter M, do you see the way it's short here, the way it's long here? So if you put two M's next to each other in front of each other, you'll have the extra space. It's 2 by 4 because it's in between. This line that you run, north-south numbers that run in between and on the line, not dividing and causing the line to be 2. So in baseball and everything else, everything must be 2. 4 score 7 years ago, 15-30-40 game. There was another thing. The days of the month. There's 7 months of 28 days, 7 months of 2 days, and 7 months of 1 day. There's 4 months of 28 days, 4 months of 2 days. There's 1 month of 28 days, and there's 1 month of 1 day. That's how it works. The system is 1 through 1. 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you very much.